Hey, my name's Ahmad Austin. I want to tell you a little bit about my journey as an artist and as an art teacher. I've been an art teacher for 24 years now. I've been teaching art. I taught elementary, middle school, and high school. Now I'm in high school. This is my classroom right here. So I've taught for a long time. A lot of people can't believe that I've been teaching that long, but I have. But I also been doing my painting as well. I've been doing my painting just the same amount of years as I've been teaching, known in my hometown and around, I guess, the world now as a palette knife artist. Lately, I've been doing abstract, so I'm kind of moving towards abstract, but for the most part, these tools right here have been my main tools that I've used to make all my paintings. And I've sold hundreds, maybe thousands of paintings just from painting that in that kind of style. If you look at this piece right here, this is a music piece that I've painted. It's what size is this? It's 48 by 60, so it's a pretty big size. And as musicians, that's kind of what I'm known for, but I paint other things too. I paint abstract flowers and so forth. If you don't know, palette knife is basically a tool that has a wooden handle and a sharp, thin blade. Some are pointed, some are a little bit blunt, but for the most part, this is what I paint with. You have a small size, medium size, and then you have the large side. This side right here is kind of long, skinny size. This is my favorite size right here. This is what I use most of my paintings with. When I paint big, like the ones in the back for me, I use a bigger palette knife because it covers more surface. But anyway, that painting in the back of the guy, the little boy back there, that's done with the palette knife as well. How I got started painting with the palette knife is when, let me go back a little bit. When I graduated from college, I was going for art education. Deep down inside of me, I always still wanted to be a painter. I just wanted to be a painter before an art teacher, just who I am. So when I graduated from college, all I remember painting in college was landscapes, landscapes, still lifes, and that kind of thing with a brush. And when I went off to college, when I finished college, I wanted to do art shows. I saw a lot of people in my hometown doing art shows. I said, I want to do that. And so I started applying for shows. I didn't have a series, didn't have a theme, but I was just putting a lot of stuff, submitting a lot of work that looked pretty much traditional, the still lives and the landscapes and those kind of things. But anyway, I kept applying, but then I finally got accepted to a show that was in my hometown here in Birmingham, Alabama, called Art Walk. And I was going to submit, the typical stuff, landscapes and still lives. And I wanted to do something different and something unique. I couldn't think of what, so I was painting, getting ready for the show, and I picked up the palette knife for the first time, and I started painting musicians. Just for whatever reason, I just started painting musicians. And I said, I'm gonna do some of these, do small ones, and I'm gonna put it in the show as well. So when I did the show, I had my flowers in the tent, I had my landscapes and all those kind of things, the traditional things, which is nothing wrong with that, but that just wasn't me. I had all those in the tent, and then I had my little small jazz pieces that I did with a palette knife. And they didn't look like they look now. I kind of perfected that style over time, but I had them in the tent, and those sold more than anything. And I was like, this is the way I'm gonna go. And from then on, I just started painting with the palette knife, painting jazz musicians. I kind of developed the blockhead jazz musicians over time, and I just started, making a lot of sales just with that particular style. My style has a lot of movement, a lot of energy, a lot of textures. If you rub your hand over the painting, you feel all the textures. Your hands will probably get bumpy or cut just from all the texture. I love texture, I love color. A lot of my work has a lot of color to it. But anyway, I painted with the palette knife for a long time, just kind of perfected. I got so good at it, I started teaching other people how to paint with the palette knife. I can't tell you how many classes I've taught just showing people how to paint with the palette knife. I even had people who've taken my painting class and have sold their work after taking my painting class. They have done really well. I take pride in that, and that just makes me feel good to let me know that I got something, a gift that I can share with the world, and people have benefited from that gift. The one person in particular I'm thinking about, she reached out to me all the time. She said, because I took your class, oh my God, she's like, I'm doing really well. So I take that as a compliment, and I really appreciate that. So, as time goes on, I'm teaching classes, I'm painting, I'm also teaching art. So a lot of business. I've got 2 kids, so raising kids, teaching class, painting at night, it can be a little hectic, it can be hard to kind of manage, but at the same time, the desire in me to paint never stopped. Now, sometimes I want to quit because sometimes I don't, you go through a period where you don't make a lot of sales, so that kind of frustrated sometimes, especially when the economy is kind of down and everything kind of fluctuated a little bit. But kept pushing on and kept painting and kept doing shows and so forth. And as time got on, moved on, I I started building a following, people buying my work. And now that I'm doing my artwork online and kind of posting things on my website, I'm doing really well. And I love the fact that I'm able to not only make videos like this showing people how to paint and sharing my work, but I also love the fact that I can post things on social media and people can resonate, even though they never met me, in person. The fact that they resonate with me and resonate with my artwork, and there's nothing like it, especially with people that I never met all across the world, not just in the United States, but also across the world. I've had a show in Belfast, Ireland, just because somebody saw my work. I had artwork shipped out, not flown out, but shipped out to Italy. So, it's just awesome, awesome, awesome. Once you put yourself out there, I encourage everybody, artists that's trying to start and, build a career as an artist. Once you put your artwork out there and keep moving and keep going, you never know what it may lead to, shows in a whole nother country. But anyway, this is a little bit about me. This is my work. I enjoy painting with a palette knife. One thing I love painting with a palette knife because just the feel of it. I love how when you spread and paint with the palette knife on top of the surface of the canvas, it's I don't know it's kind of therapeutic, just the feel of it. It's just like, ooh, I just like how this feels, kind of like putting icing on the cake. I have a neighbor who's been, starting to paint, and I told him, hey, you ought to try a palette knife. He came running outside. He's like, man, I love that palette. I like the way it feels, man. I said, I know, I told you, I knew you would like it. And just hearing him say that and then seeing his excitement using the palette knife just did me joy, just seeing that. So I still paint with the brush, but not as much, but I'm starting to move back towards the brush, kind of playing around with abstracts. I love painting with the brush, so I'm continuing to, experiment and play around with abstracts. If you look at my website, you see some of my works where I'm just having a lot of fun with abstracts. So I probably move towards that a little bit throughout my career as well, but still doing the palette knife painting as well. If you're interested, you can check out my website at Ahmad Austin. I just want to share a little bit about me, a little bit about my journey and how I am moving forward. Next year, I have the opportunity to retire, because in Alabama, you can retire at 25 years within the teaching system. So I'm looking forward to that, and also looking forward to just kind of focusing and honing in on my craft. If you're interested in following me on this journey, again, subscribe, connect with me, reach out to me if you have any questions. Feel free to ask. Again, go to my website, ahmadaustin.com, to view my artwork. All right, talk to y'all later. Peace.